All right. So we are apparently live. It takes a few seconds for it to pop up, but hey, hey. All right. You'll notice I'm not in my usual finery. Kind of had to make some last minute changes because the weather changed rather quickly and it's going to rain. So I don't know if it's going to rain in the middle of this broadcast, and I didn't really want to be out in the middle of a field while it started raining, especially not with the equipment I have. So here we are. I'm in a little gazebo, and the acoustics in here are kind of incredible. And it is live at 6:45. I am Richard Strother, and welcome to Not Technically Perfect. Um, I'm Today I have a great question, and I want to kind of get back to basics. So bear with me. We're gonna have some fun. I hope you're gonna enjoy this one. I think you will actually. But here we go. So, got a great question from Pete in Montreal, and he asks, um, "Is there a software that I can download or an app that I can download for my iPhone to scan for viruses or malware, especially when it's stuff like Facebook click-throughs?" All right, that is a fantastic question. So, one more time, is there an app I can download to? Is there an app that I can download for to make sure that there is no malware or viruses or problems on my iPhone? Um, the answer is no. And any app that tells you otherwise is kind of lying to you. If you guys go back to if you guys go back a couple of days to, I think it was day 25, where we talk about Android versus iOS, the only people who know how iOS works is Apple, period. Final. There is no way to access the back end, so there is no way to get a virus. Now, that's not to say that you can't get a crazy website, but it won't actually damage the device because the device doesn't actually allow anything to change it at its core. So that is a great question. Android, on the other hand, yes, there do exist antiviruses and anti-malware software, and I do highly recommend that you install one if you're going to be visiting dodgy websites. Now, he mentioned something in his question. Pete also mentioned something specific, and he said for Facebook click-throughs and the like, anything that gives you a click-through, oh, is this you in the video? And then it asks you to sign in? No. Refer back to the episode on phishing, where we talk about phishing. That is phishing, straight up, plain and simple. If it asks you to log in, and it may look like Facebook, it may look like the older Facebook sign in, it may look like Facebook. Please, please do not follow these links and sign into them. If you think that there's something wonky or whatever, go to your own browser and go to facebook.com or whatever site it is and log in there, because that we know is straight up legit. If you have any doubts, take no chances. Like that's the best advice I can give you, hands down on that one. And I can hear the thunder rolling in, so this is going to get good. I can't wait for this one. On the subject of scanning, I want to mention a couple of other things that are really, really neat. Both iOS and Android, you guys may see these QR codes. There are white squares. Do I have one here actually? Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. Well, I'm going to fold this up here. If you ever see something that looks kind of like this little box over here, this is called a QR code. It actually is, it's usually a website link. And you used to have to download special software to scan them. You don't anymore. Any modern or updated iPhone or Android device, iPhone, iPod, or Android phone or tablet, doesn't matter. If you go to the camera app and you get close enough to that, 99% of these devices will now scan those directly from the photo app. And you will notice a little bar appear at the top that goes, "Do you want to visit this site?" So cool to know that you can scan like that directly with your camera app, no additional apps needed. There are also possibilities in certain apps where you can scan barcodes with the camera on your phone. So that is really neat. In fact, there is one for visually impaired people, and I'm trying to get somebody on the show who is full out blind, and we will talk accessibility and these options that are really really cool on these devices to help people with limited or no vision and other impairments, because there are a lot, especially on Apple, and even Android has a good number of accessibility features which are really really great. So look for that coming up, because we will do that. That is actually a really cool subject. Along the same lines as scanning, for those of you with an iDevice, phone, iPad, iPhone, iPod, whatever you like, there is the Notes app. I don't know if you know this, but while you're typing a note, you will notice that there is a little plus, and that will allow you a little pencil where you can actually draw on the screen. But there is also the capability to scan documents directly into your note, even multiple pages of a single document. Like, you could have a book and scan a whole section of the book. You don't even need to push the button. As long as you have your sheet against a contrasting background, it'll take the picture for you and it'll store it as a page, and you can actually have multiple pages, nicely condensed into one note. It's a fantastic feature. I have to double check for Android, but if you have an iDevice, try this out. It is really neat. So that's my little bit on scanning. There are, of course, great apps like Scannable, Readle Scan It Pro. There's a ton of apps that allow you to scan into your phone instead of having to go to a scanner or a photocopier. Especially if you have a book, it's really fantastic and it's great. And it actually makes PDFs, which is really really neat and good to know. And the rain has started. Boy, I'm glad I'm under a roof. All right. Now, I mentioned I wanted to get back to basics, and I absolutely do. I'm gonna keep it short tonight. We're already at 7 minutes, but I want to keep it short. But I really do want to mention. I've been speaking to a couple of people, and I got a couple of comments like, "Yeah, but technology is hard." Okay. I keep saying that technology. I say that technology is easy. That's because I have an ace up my sleeve, and the ace up my sleeve is I understand really the golden mean of technology. And what I mean by that is machines don't think. They don't have personalities. They don't have emotions. And they don't care. They are emotionless things. They are basically calculators. A hammer that you hammer a nail in doesn't care what type of nail it is. It does or it does not. It does what the user tells it. The more complex the machine, it doesn't necessarily make the rule any less true. The machine does what it is told to do. Now, in the case of electronic devices like phones and tablets and computers, it is told to do by a program, which is really honestly just a series of instructions made by a human. And they will follow those instructions to their own detriment and occasionally to ours. But it's because either the instruction wasn't good or the data entered wasn't good. And it's not necessarily you, because machines can't do anything they're not told. They don't think. They don't feel. And anybody who's of the opinion of, oh, well, machines are out to get us. No. Even AI is not out to get us. I swear. I promise. They really only do work within the confines. So they have no more power over you than you give them. And the same applies to humans too. It's really true that no one person, thing, or place has any more power over you than what you give it, openly and freely. And so keep that in mind. It's really important to kind of keep that in there. And if you guys want to open this conversation, please. I love the idea of the open conversation. So if you're watching this now, hit me up in the comments. If you're watching it later, hit me up in the comments. Or you'll notice that my email is right down here. If you have something that you want to kind of bring up, or If you want to talk about something in a future show, I actually am trying to arrange interviews so that it's not all my point of view. I really do want to talk to you guys and hash this out. Oh, thank you. I actually, thank you, Sabrina. Sabrina's saying, I love the spot you chose. I like it too. For those of you who don't know, I'm in Westmount Park. This is a total side note, but I'm going to let you in on something real personal. Behind these trees over here, there is a little pond or lake, and there's a little alcove, a little outcropping of land. And that's actually where I got married, August 8th, 2008. So, and that was a marvelously bizarre day, and it was raining very much like this, but not while we got married. It actually stopped for like an hour and a half, just long enough for it to get dry enough for us to actually get married there and then leave. So that's kind of cool. Personal note, but I've been wanting to do one of these episodes in this park for a long time, and I love it here. Like, this is a great park. I have a lot of great memories here. Even as a kid, we had water fights when I used to be at the YMCA. So yeah, just a little personal note, a little aside, a little bit about me. So yes, that is this is a very special place for me, and I'm happy to share that with you guys, especially those of you who are watching right now. So yeah, I mean, I use the word anthropomorphize when it comes to give an animal or an object human traits. It's referred to as anthropomorphization. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Anthropomorphization, or anthropomorphizing a toaster, phone, whatever. And it's something that I really, really have to warn against. And I say that specifically because there are a lot of people who are like, yeah, but you know, my phone doesn't like me, or computers don't like me. Computers don't know you from a hole in the wall. Computers know input in. Sure, by all means. Computers know input in, data out. They are really big calculators, and that about covers it. So really, really, you know, important to know that you don't want to get into this, oh, but, you know, they don't have personalities. They really don't, I promise. And that's why your game system doesn't play for you, and that's why, you know, the programmers go to great lengths to try and give these things personality. They still fall short. And they always will, they will for a long time to come. And that's really what I wanted to share with you guys today. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for chiming in on the comments. I love that. If you're tuning in later, guys, shoot me a comment, shoot me an email. If you guys have an idea that you guys want me to discuss later, I'm really about mindset and technology, and really, you know, making sure that technology is not just something that's like, yeah, I use it. We all use it. It's out there and it's not going anywhere. So let's make it fun. Let's take it to that next level. Let's make it something good for all of us, right? And especially good for what you want to do. Let's get creative. Let's have some fun. Let's do something neat. Guys, thanks for tuning in. It's been a blast. I'm really happy to have been able to be here and share this with you. And I'm going to pack up my gear, and when the rain subsides just a bit, I'm going to run for the metro. But thanks for tuning in. See you guys soon. And really, if you know somebody who would enjoy this, or somebody who would benefit from this, please share it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe if you're watching YouTube. If you're watching Facebook, you know what? Shoot me a comment and just say, hey, I love it. So thank you, guys. See you soon. See you tomorrow, actually, at 6:45. Also, please, if you guys are still here, let me know what you think about going back to the 7:45, because it seemed like we had a little more going at 7:45, or if I was even thinking maybe like 8:45. I'm not sure. I'm kind of thinking, you know, maybe a little bit later, because the summer, it's getting darker later. People are getting in later, you know. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys tomorrow. And yes, tomorrow will be 6:45.